Salutations, everyone. Salutations. This is D. Lynette here, having a couch conversation regarding mental health. And I'm just going to continue on. Please refer to videos 1 through 9. This is number 10. And please refer to the other videos to even see why. Because every time I keep retelling what's going on, why it's only 10 minutes, I'm losing those 10 minutes and I have to go to another video. So just a continuation. So please refer to number 9. That's where I ended the video. So I'm picking up right there. Excuse the loud noise. I have a loud fridge. And that story's right in my videos previous to this one. But anyway, I was saying, talking about, this is all regards to Speak Sis on her own network, where African American and Oprah in a panel talked about mental health amongst black women, how we handle it. Even if we look professional or are professional, we still have our trauma and childhood trauma, and we still have like depression, anxiety. But just because I'm a professional doctor, psychiatrist, whatever you are, and you go to work every day, doesn't mean you don't have that mental issue going on. It's just how you handling things. But they really talk raw, meaning they told their stories. And Oprah always told her story about what she went through as a child. But I'm talking about regular folks talking from personal experience, not clinical. A lot of times when they have like segments about mental health and they want to talk about mental health in the African American community, they just have the experts on, like a psychiatrist or something like that, or maybe somebody that has been through mental health, a trauma, and now they're this big, advocate now, and they put them on. But everyday people like me that's been talking about my trauma on these videos and vlogs and blogs and my books, it's like it's not talked about. It was not talked about in the church. Now it's all over. The mental health is talked about in the church. So, the stigma is being broken down. So, I'm glad that show came on, and please go see it. Please go to the OWN network. And they don't know nothing about me, so this is no kind of plug or nothing. I'm just telling you what helped me watching that show with true African Americans only. And Oprah did it for the African Americans. Everybody across the board, mental illness is across the board, but we're having a segment about us and how we dealt with it growing up and stuff like that, and dealing with it now. So that was a great eye-opener. And people kept it real. The panel was like a psychiatrist and other people on the board. Even Kim Whitley, the actress, she was on there for a second talking about what she was going through. Man, it's real. Taraji B. Henson, she talked about it. She's been talking about it for a few years, about herself and her father. That's why she has a foundation, all this good stuff. Because truth be told, Caucasians always been dealing with open about their mental health, but with African Americans it's a stigma. But it's like they get a pass for being mentally, he did this. When it comes to Caucasian, he did this, she did this because they're mentally ill. Okay. But when it comes to African American, stigma galore. So I'm glad Oprah did bring that platform and bring it to the forefront. So that's why I say go, please, if you want to get any inkling of what it is to be African American and deal with mental health concerns, unless you have a diagnosis, then it's called mental illness. You don't have mental illness until it's a diagnosis somewhere: anxiety, depression, bipolar, schizophrenic. But otherwise, you have mental health concerns. Right? You have mental health issues, right? But until a doctor actually says it, you have a concern that you need addressing by going to the doctors and seeing therapists or whatever can help you get well again. So, and another truth be told, a lot of people in this world, this country, every single color, every single race, they have issues from their past too. Like, because the first thing somebody say, well, everybody's going through something, but nobody talks about it. So if we don't talk about it, we can't help each other, right? We can't lift each other up. It's only when we talk about it is how we lift each other up. So when you see all these homeless people, when you see all these people abusing people, harming people, doing all these stupid things on social media and in the news, drinking, doing dangerous drugs, drinking and driving, and all kinds of stupidness. Grown people doing stupid stuff to get them in jail, and all these grown people that's in mental hospitals, the ones where they basically are locked away, they're dealing with something. So I really wish people that are, I'm going to just use the term holier than thou, not, everybody's religious, but holier than thou, act like their stuff don't smell ever. They just get over it. Or, it used to be in the church, it'd be like, just go to the altar, get your, have, the pastor lay hands on you, go on your knee. I did all that. And I believe it helped me, just going to prayer. But now I learned, I talk straight to God, and I call on Jesus to help, call on Jesus in time of needs, call on Jesus and say thank you. So I am a believer in have faith, and that's what helped me get through a lot of my trying times. Like I was saying in other videos, I've been home. Excuse me, that's that impossible burger me burping. I was homeless and going through stuff and other things. That's all in my books and my vlogs. I tell my stories, and on Facebook and YouTube, no likes, no comments, no shares, no subscribers, no followers. But I'm sharing my story the same way as they did right there on Sister Speak. Speak Sis. Sorry, Speak Sis. I've been sharing my story since 2011 when I had my first book published and put on Amazon. I since redid that book and wrote 2 more books, all on D. Lynette the author. All you gotta do is go to that page on Facebook and learn more about me. But I just, African Americans, they, when they doing good, they don't understand why you're not doing good. Being grown don't equal nothing wrong goes on in your life, or you won't have traumas that you gotta deal with, and sometimes it might take a lifetime to deal with that trauma. But they got a great husband, great marriage, kids, that's fantastic. They still got their parents that loves them. They got siblings that love them. They got cousins and uncles, and like, some people are blessed. Now, I would say very, very blessed. But I come from a really small family. My aunt and uncle are only 10 and 12 years older. And when I try to tell them the real deal of why I'm just keeping it to myself and not being around family, not because I have a grudge and anger, because I don't. It's just that you got to come to a point where, you just need to be by yourself, period. Because just because they're your family don't mean that you got to go around them every Christmas, Thanksgiving. Not when everything is like, the conversations are forced. The real love ain't felt. I don't feel it. So I try to tell them stuff, but it's like, that's their sister. My mom is their half sister. So, because, it was my mom, and then they came after with my grandma's second marriage. But they don't get it. Talk to my mom, it falls on deaf ears. Talk to my father, oh, I gotta go to the next video. I'm sorry.